Sweden's wake-up call, from open doors to national crisis. Part 1. Sweden's descent. Immigration's full cost. Imagine a postcard-perfect Stockholm harbor. Then zoom in. A gang shooting in broad daylight. 2 teens from Somalia, dead over a drug debt. That's Sweden 2025. Population 10,663,000. Foreign-born 2,128,000, 20% official. But add second-gen kids and it's pushing 35. Fact: Sweden hit peak openness in 2015, taking 162,000 asylum seekers in 1 year. Syria, Iraq, Afghanistan, Somalia, mostly young men. Now, crime's up 40% in immigrant-dense Malmö, per police reports. Gang violence tripled since 2010. No-go zones. Real ones where cops need backup just to answer calls. Socially, integration's collapsed, schools segregated. Native Swedes flee to private academies, leaving state schools with 80% immigrant kids. Language barriers, dropout rates soaring. Welfare? Immigrants draw 60 billion kroner yearly, $28 billion, while contributing half that in taxes, stats show. Housing crisis. Refugees get priority apartments. Natives wait 10 years. Economic hit. GDP growth stalled at 1.2%, dragged by unskilled labor flooding markets, wages flat for natives. Government? Centre-right coalition, propped by nationalists, but still granting 94,000 permits last year, hardly a paradigm shift. Deportations? 5,000 annually, peanuts. They're offering up to 350,000 kroner, $64,000 for voluntary exits starting 2026. Why? Birthright Swedes are emigrating, 40,000 left last year, more than arrivals. Net outflow for the first time in 50 years. Opinion: this isn't compassion, it's cultural suicide. The Declaration's pursuit of happiness rings hollow when your streets aren't safe. Federalist 10 warned factions erode republics. Sweden's factions are ethnic enclaves demanding Sharia courts and parallel societies. Social deep dive. SA reports up 70% since 90. Stockholm's SA rate highest in Europe. Per Bureau stats, 98% of Group SA involve foreign-born perpetrators. Kids radicalized in mosques, funded by Gulf oil ISIS recruiters, hit Malmö like it's a mole. Elderly Swedes mugged for pension money. Economic. Hospitals overwhelmed, emergency wait times tripled. Illegals cost $9 billion in Medicaid-style care, up 142%, echoing our own headlines. Factories hire cheap labor, natives unemployed. Crime syndicates bombings weekly run by clan networks from Somalia, untouched by weak laws. Government flails, police quit, burnout from death threats. Border patrols laughable, EU open borders fiasco. They've paused family reunifications, tightened citizenship 10 years residency now, but too late. Parallels to Shays' rebellion. Economic despair breeds rebellion. Here, it's riots, like 2022's Quran burnings, burning cars in immigrant suburbs. Part 2. America's mirror. Decades of drift. Now flip west. We've mirrored Sweden's arc since 1965's Hart-Celler Act and national origins. Open floodgates. Result? 15 million illegals, maybe 30 with anchors. Borders. 1 million apprehensions yearly, but gotaways double that. Economic drain. 9.1 billion in emergency Medicaid for illegals last year. Up 142. Sound familiar? Crime. MS-13. Carved up Long Island like Malmö's gangs. Sanctuary cities like Chicago erupt. Billions in aid while natives homeless. Socially? Schools in California, 80%. Latino, English drowned out. Native flight to suburbs. Welfare. 40% of illegals on benefits via kids, 30 billion yearly. Our no-go? Border towns like Eagle Pass, Texas cartel checkpoints, fentanyl killing 80,000 Americans. Politically? Democrats weaponize imports for votes, echoing Sweden's left-wing open door. Conservatives scream Article 4 guarantee Republican governments, but feds ignore, like Boston merchants ignoring Shay's pleas. Differences? We have the Second Amendment. Sweden's gun laws left citizens defenseless last year. 40 bombings, 0 armed responses. But parallels scream polarization like 1860, factions per Federalist 10. Logically, without checks, we hit Sweden's point net emigration, when Americans flee blue states for red, like Swedes bolting cities. Opinion? We've got 2 decades head start, ignore it, and it's civil strife worse than Shay's. Part 3. America's playbook stop up before we snap. So, fix it now. 1. Secure borders, constitutional style. Article 4 demands protection, build walls, mine tech, deport en masse, 5 million yearly, starting with criminals. Fact, self-deport incentives work offer $20,000, like Sweden's 64,000. 2. End birthright citizenship abuse. 14th Amendment meant for freed slaves, not anchor babies. Supreme Court could clarify, like Bruin on guns. 3. Cut welfare magnets, deny benefits to illegals. Full stop. Echo Declaration, life, liberty, but no free lunch. 4. Reform asylum process offshore, Mexico-style deals. Federalist 42. Uniform laws prevent chaos. 5. Integrate legally English mandates, civics tests tying back to preamble. No parallel societies. Opinion. Reclaim virtue phonics over pronouns like 1950 schools. 6. Armed citizens. Second Amendment isn't hobby. It's militia against tyranny per Hamilton. Train locals. Deputize sheriffs. 7. Economic incentives. Tax breaks for native hires. Tariffs on cheap labor havens. Logical. Prevent Shay's-style unrest by fixing debts early. 8. Vote eject open borders polls. Demand audits of 9 billion Medicaid waste. If we act, we dodge Sweden's abyss-strong union, limited feds, armed populace. That's not fear, it's founding wisdom. Smash subscribe and turn on the notification bell to get alerts on all of our new videos.